One, we're so glad you decided to join us this weekend. There's actually over 300 participants that are registered. So there's so many opportunities to connect with people all across Kansas, all across the country. I think there's actually a few countries in here, so all over the world. So it's really exciting. And you can do that both on Flipgrid and on the sessions. So there's a session grid on that you guys all got sent. And Ariel, if you could share that for me.
Do you want me to scroll down?
Yeah. So it's broken down by the hours, so you can find your Zoom sessions that you're interested in going to. Those all have different things on Flipgrid as well. It gives you a quick overview, gives you the link of where you need to go. If none of those are really what you're wanting to listen to for that hour, but you'd like to connect with other educators, there's always the coffee shop, but there will be more on that later.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. Good morning, everybody. You are going to hear from everybody on the EdCamp team just briefly this morning. We want to make sure you have all the information you need for the logistics for EdCamp this weekend. We are so happy you are here, and I want to highlight at the grid that you received, the session grid you received at the very top is an infographic that has a lot of the information you need for this weekend. One of the main things I want to point out to you right now is the attendance link where it says when. There will be attendance recorded for both today and tomorrow. So you want to click right there to make sure that you get recorded as a participant of EdCamp this weekend. We will be using that to give you PD points for those of you that can get PD points for your district, but also the main thing is for prizes, and you don't want to miss out on the amazing prizes we have, but more about that coming up. The other thing I wanted to let you know was this, this graphic also has quick links for you to get to our Flipgrid to interact, to our website. If you don't know, we have a website now with more information that can give you the background of how this started. And also Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the places you can connect with us at. There is going to be a link available at the end of today for you to record where your attendance is recorded, but for you to receive a certificate. If you require a certificate from your district to prove that you participated in EdCamp, we can generate that for you and provide that proof of your participation. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Abby.
Thank you, April. Good morning. If you run into any tech issues, whether it's unable to log into a specific Zoom, missing link access, whatever problems you have over the course of this weekend, you're going to contact the help desk, which is the EdCamp Gmail. I'm sending in our chat that email address. It's edcampjokokS@gmail.com. Send us an email, tell us what the issue is, and we'll respond with any tips or tricks to help resolve the issue. It's also possible that maybe we'll need to Zoom and kind of go over the issue synchronously, so we're welcome to do that as well. Someone will always be on standby at our help desk, and that's on the bottom left corner of the infographic. And Josh is now going to talk about our coffee shop.
So we're trying something new this year. So maybe the 3 sessions that are available aren't quite what you're looking for, or maybe you need a break from a full-on session. So we're opening up just an open Zoom link called the Coffee Shop. It's open the entire day. So if you just want to pop in, chat with some people who are attending, get connected with people, it's like when you're at an EdCamp and it's, hanging out by the coffee, just to have those little conversations that we've all missed so much. So it's just pop in. It's actually this link right here. So if you want to stay on for the next session and just chat with some of us, it's available. There will be a coffee shop link available tomorrow all day as well. So again, it's just a chance to pop in and say hi and have a conversation. I can send you to breakout rooms if you're in there, if you'd like to talk about something specific, but it's just kind of an open place to have some conversation. And so now I'm going to send it over to Ariel.
Good morning. I had myself muted, of course. I have the pleasure of introducing the person who will be our keynote this morning. I know her, and most people know her as Mrs. Smoke. And I actually have sat in several of her sessions at the MACE conference in Manhattan, Kansas. And that's where I first came to know Mrs. Smoke. She is so dynamic. I'm excited that she's here today. And what's really exciting is we have a prize to give away for someone to attend the MACE conference in Manhattan, Kansas. So if you win that, then you can have the privilege of also attending and connecting with her and other educators every year. It's a lot of fun. So Mrs. Smoke is actually the 2019 National Teacher Hall of Fame inductee. She was the 2013 Kansas Teacher of the Year, and she is currently serving as the coordinator of digital literacy in Wichita Public Schools. Mrs. Smoke, as she's known to her students, believes in project-based, student-centered classroom that helps students build skills in communication, planning, research, and project implementation. Additionally, Diane thrives on the mission to create active and engaging teacher professional learning opportunities. She wants her teachers and students to develop a love for innovation, communication, and technology, but also to understand how to use that love and passion to advance their own futures, as well as that of the global community. So welcome, Diane, and I will hand it to you. You should have screen sharing rights, I believe.
Good morning, Kansas. Howdy, hey, happy Saturday and happy Ed Camp Day. It is fantastic to see you. Josh, it's been a minute. It's good to see you, bud. Amanda, Kelly, Deb, we've got some friends that we haven't seen in 3D in a while. Friends, are you counting down the days till we get to be in 3D? That's going to be amazing. You know, we are at 13 months from where this whole journey began. And this is, you know, not only is it interesting, but where were you a year ago? What were you doing? I know Johnson County Ed Camp was already pulling things together. Like, we know this is a time that we can support our teachers. And my team on the Ed Camp Kansas, the day that we were going to find out that schools were going to be shut down, I'm ringing up Tim Vesco. I'm ringing up all these people, and I'm like, conference call now. You know, we've got to get these teachers, get them excited for the new transitions, or at least to help them along the way. And today we're going to talk about just a little bit of, you know, like what's next for us in education? What's next? And hopefully you're seeing my presentation. Yes? Okay, beautiful. You know, when you have multiple screens, you're like, did I share the right screen? So it's one of those things that we go along. And today I'm going to be talking to you today about aspiring for connections, inspirations, and joy. Who's ready for some joy? A little bit? Yep. How many of you are riding to the finish line in your life right now? That's one of those that are there. I think we're all there. But friends, we are at a, and I hate to use the word pivot because it's been used so many times this year, but I kind of feel that we're like been on this balance beam that we've been kind of like, hold on. And I kind of feel like we're starting to find some balance, even though it doesn't feel like it when you go to school on Monday and you're like, I just need to get to May 31st, right? But I hope you see it's kind of starting to balance a little bit. And there's so many incredible opportunities that we're going to be able to have this next year because of what we learned in this year. So let's pop in. It's a sunrise. It's a sunrise in America, my friends, and definitely a sunrise here in Kansas. A year and a month ago, we got a phone call from Randy Watson. It was right before spring break, and he said, Smoke, I think schools may be shutting down. I'm calling you up. I'm calling Cindy Couchman, who's from Bueller, and I'm calling Sam Neal. And I'm also going to call Tabitha Rossbury, who's our National Teacher of the Year. And friends, we need you to help teachers be ready for this change. That's that day right before, I got a phone call from my son, who was working down at Disney World on the Walt Disney World College program, an internship down in Florida. Mom, they're shutting down the program and everybody has to go home. We have to be out by Wednesday. And then I get the call from Randy, and I was like, Randy, my hand is always up. I love Kansas educators. I love teachers in general so much. I will do anything to help make the world a little bit better in this adventure. But I'm about to go to Florida and pick up my kid. And he said, Smoke, can you do it in the car? And I was like, well, I am ed camp person. We got a lot of nerd skills. I think I can pull it off, right? So I want you to imagine that here I am in the side seat, the passenger seat of a car. I've got my little MacBook that could. I have my phone that's going to be my internet, and all these wires plugged into my head. And for 2 days driving down to Florida, 2 days in Florida getting him all scheduled, and back, my husband did all the driving, and I was on constant, almost 24-hour Zoom calls, helping make these schools work out. And many of you, that maybe even some of you that are in the audience, you were on those calls and helping make the changes. And whoo, you look back on and you're like, wow, we ran a marathon. And then we just kept running. The school year, we just kept running. And it's like, okay, let's put on a new pair of shoes. We got another month to go. But like I said, we're on this opportunity. This new sunrise is coming. New things are happening. And I want you to ask yourselves, if you could write the Wikipedia story of education this year, what would you put on it, right? Would it be like the simple version of Wikipedia? Side note, if you've never gone to simple.wikipedia.org or .com, whatever it is, check it out. This takes those really long Wikipedia articles and condenses them down to lexicals your students can read. Simple.wikipedia.org or .com, I can't remember. So from there,
what do you think of the world's virus?
Okay, but your story is a part of all of this.
What's making
We
you think
never
about that?
Oh, hey, I'm hearing you. We're coming from the past. And then let's look at the past year.
You don't need to worry about that. The world is.
I'm hearing somebody out there is this precious little thing. Okay, so we talked about it. Where were you a year ago? And what did you learn this year? Put it in the chat. I want you to really kind of not talk about I just learned that I just need a nap. We all know that. But what skills did you learn this year? And think about it, friends. The people in your community, people in your district, have they grown in tech skills in a year? Holy buckets, it's been a different world for that, right? So we've got now this constant shared experience. And I come from instructional technology, so I was able to jump in, and I saw teachers that said, Smoke, I don't know, copy paste, help me. I have to go completely remote. How do I do that? To other teachers that have been a part of things like EdCamp, JoCo, and some other elements out there who've been a part of these conversations, saying, you know what, I've got some skills. I think I can make it work. Maybe I've done a Skype call in my classroom. Maybe I've already done some collaborative documents with another classroom. Maybe I was in Awesome Squiggles or Virtual Valentine projects. I think I can make this work. And we learned a lot. So now what are we going to do with that? What magic did you make this last year? What magic did you make for kids? Were you one of those teachers who hopped in the car and put your mask bravely on, rolled down the window, and did parades in your community? Did you leave notes on the driveway of your children a year ago? Did you send postcards in August saying, I can't wait to meet you? Did you get to know brothers, sisters, pet fish? Did you get to meet Auntie, who comes over in the mornings and brings coffee? Did you get to meet little brother? Did little brother get to come to science class? Did you get to have all those wonderful moments? And for the first time, did we have an invisible line between what happened at school today and what was cool about school? There was now an invisible line that we were all empowering parents, hopefully, and learning together, and relationships were built, not like anything we've seen before. And magic came along. One thing that I did is I asked those same questions myself, like what can I do to help this year? And I was hired to come into the Wichita Public Schools. I'd been in Andover for 12 years. And they said, Smoke, we need you to come help. And I said, okay, I'll come play. And I took my experiences of global collaboration and I said, I think we can do something here. Sedgwick County Zoo calls me up and they said, Smoke, we've got a classroom who wants to do a virtual field trip and we'd like to help them, but we don't know what to do. And I said, well, I can help you with that. And I said, but we could go a whole lot bigger than just one classroom. Do tell us, what is there we can do? Well, I can use, I was in this new district, we use Microsoft Teams. Is it a little more challenging? 100%. But here was something that I discovered. I'd been working with Skype last summer to do some virtual field trip experiences with teams. And what they can do is have up to 20,000 people can dial into a virtual experience, similar to Zoom webinar. And I said, I can invite the whole district. And goodness, I can invite the whole state. Let's have everybody go to the zoo together. And they said, well, that would be awesome. I said, yeah, let's do it. And since then, and that was in October, we ended up having over 18,000 logins on that day to go on a variety of virtual field trips to the zoo, to Blank Park Zoo, to Dickerson Zoo, Emporium. I mean, we had several that were in the lineup. And I thought, well, that wasn't so hard. I think I could do it again. So we made the pledge that we would do 2 virtual field trip experiences every month and invite anyone from anywhere. You're from another country, we'd love to have you. Are you from Texas? Absolutely. Fort Worth is in full welcome gear to come join us. If you are coming from Canada, California, or Coffeyville, Kansas, everyone is invited. And it doesn't cost you anything. I don't know about you, but free is in my price range. So we have to do these things. And our next big one will be on Earth Day. This coming Thursday, we will be going a party for the planet. We partnered with the zoo again, and we're opening up opportunities for career explorations and education, environmental policies. I mean, we're just opening the door for things for littles, those pre-K babies, all the way to high school. And then May 6th will be our career day, because I'm guessing career day is a little challenging where you are too this year. So we're hosting one of those. And I know I've got to hustle along, so hurry here. But I just want you to know you're invited, and you're also welcome to come back to the site. The link's there at the bottom, usd259.org/virtual learning. And if you scroll down, you're going to see all of our previous events. They are available for you to dial in on demand and use whatever you wish. And maybe some of you joined us for Kansas Day. We had a really good day. On Kansas Day, we reached, I think it was 27,000 classrooms dialed in from across the state. And I had to sit there and I started to cry, and I was like, look, we brought the whole state together. We brought them together and we all had a shared day of learning. And it just blew my mind. Yes, magic, total magic happened that day. All right, next page, moving on. And then there were times that we needed to find magic for ourselves that didn't take a lot of work. Have you been watching Xiao Qiji from the Smithsonian? I don't know if we pulled the audio in, but we don't need it. We'll actually turn this down. So if you didn't hear, hopefully you did, that we have a giant panda at the Smithsonian Zoo. And Phoebe is here joining us from the Smithsonian Art Museum. So she's like, I can tell you everything you want to know about the panda. But there was something just joyful to watch Xiao Qiji grow and play in the snow. And in this one, he's learning to climb, and he makes a little bit of tumbles. And those days where we were just needing to take a deep breath, you can pull in the webcam from the Smithsonian Zoo and watch the panda. Or go on the YouTube channel. The hashtag is Panda Story, and you can watch this. And I don't care whatever you're stressing in the world, pandas make everything better. So if you haven't had a chance to check him out, I highly recommend that as well. Okay, so where are we today? Well, many of us are coming back to school, full on, full steam. And it's interesting as I talk to teachers, if you are a local teacher, if you're talking to people from other places, the first question is, are you in school? How are you doing? Are you remote? Are you hybrid? Are you doing the Zoom and room thing? Are are you having kids come half days? Everybody wants to know how it's going. And many of us are back to school. Some of them will not go back until the fall. But we're still starting to kind of see things trickle around. And of course, we have some districts like Michigan are going back home right now. But we, my friends, are in the fourth quarter of the school year. Josh, are you looking forward to the fourth quarter? He is. He's like, yeah, bring it on. And I know we just keep, maybe you're counting down how many Mondays are in school. We may have done that before, but we might be like using a really big, thicker pen this year. And I know that a lot of us are just looking to, we just need a minute to breathe. I totally get that. But I think we also have this desire, this deep intrinsic drive that we want to see the year finish off with a bang so our kids can remember that this wasn't the year that was the year. It was the year that people saw me. This was the year that no matter if there was civil unrest in our society, that my teachers saw me who I am as a beautiful person, as a learner, as a person who has incredible abilities and talents to share with this world, and loved me. That's what I hope our children hear this year. And whatever magic thing you do for them on the way out, as you give them that one last set of air hug, or if they're in the house and you give them that last fist bump, they get to see you and say, oh yeah, my teacher loved me this year. And I'm okay because my teacher loved me this year. And it's going to be okay. I didn't lose second grade. I didn't lose my freshman year. I didn't lose. I gained. And I discovered a lot about me too. So where are we going? Where are we going, friends? Whew, we're going to capture a few new journeys this summer. I see a lot of teachers taking time for themselves. I see them maybe going camping, riding long bike rides, going for walks, maybe taking a vacation. Is anybody still planning a vacation? I am. Little Smoke, he's a Little Smoke. He's 22, but he and I are going to be heading to Disney World here in about, like 23 days. I'm kind of pretty excited about it. I'm a year-round contract, so it's a little bit easier to get away, but maybe you're planning your own vacation, pouring into yourself just a little bit. And I see teachers reflecting on the past year. I think they all need a minute to just take a moment, right? And then I see in July, teachers jumping in with, wait a second. I figured out things like Nearpod. I figured out that I can call places like the Smithsonian Art Museum and have them dial in and work with my students one-on-one for a conversation. I discovered that I could dial in a San Diego otter cam and have my students study behavioral patterns of otters. I discovered that I got a lot of really awesome skills. Instead of worrying about, well, how am I going to handle tomorrow? It's now like, what am I going to do with what I've got? And then what can I do to make that magical? Like I can do Seesaw now, like nobody's business. I can jump Google Classroom and spin it and throw it up in the air and make confetti happen. What can I do now with these new skills? I think that's what you're going to see. And if we've done it right, friends, if we've done it right, you're also, I talked about that teeter-totter. We were kind of like holding on and we were a little off balance. I feel it kind of leveling. And then I hope we push it over so that our students can have not what we saw pre-pandemic, but what we dream for them post-pandemic as creators, engagers, curiosity makers, and world changers. Because you have also given them the skills to do incredible things. So I guess that's where we're pausing at that one. We'll stop the share there. But today, as you go jumping into Ed Camp Kansas, we may not be in 3D, but we're definitely in shared hearts. And it's an honor to be here with all of you. I'm curious if you'll put in the chat for me right now, what is one wish you have for the 21-22 school year? For next year, what is a wish that you have? Normalcy, but I want you to define that. Is normalcy what you saw in 2018, 2019, or is there going to be a normal that you want? Maybe the normalcy is I just need to know I'm going to school every single day and I don't have to worry about pivots. That's great too. I think we'd all want to see that. Oh, seeing kids in person. Yes. Collaborations. Back to better. Oh, I love that, Shelley. Yes, please. Oh, kids can be able to use things like Legos and such. And you can use Legos now. They just have to sit for 3 days after you use them. Lego's done a lot of research on that. And I've also seen teachers create small bags of Legos and Ziploc bags, and they leave those at the kids' desks so that when we are covering something, we want kids, like we're studying something in class and you want them to reflect on how or what they learned, they pull out their little packet of Legos and then they build structures to go along with that as a visual to explain their thinking. Oh, friends, look, we are excited for the year. Now, let me ask you this one. One last question. What's your hope for today? What's your hope for Ed Camp, Kansas? Ed Camp, Johnson County. I'm going to put my words together. Forgive me. What's your wish for today's Ed Camp? Oh, Natasha, yes. New ideas, be inspired and encouraged. Yes. And I don't know if you've seen, I'm a super Google search nerd. I probably need an intervention, but there's a new feature that came out just today. Maybe you saw it in the news. When you have done a Google search and you get your result page and you need to go back up and say, oh, I need to adjust my query. You don't have to take your mouse and click up there. Now you use the /, not the \. The / on your keyboard will jump you up to the top, and then you can do the Control-A, delete, and you can type in your next query. Came out today. I was a little bit like, oh, it's a happy nerd day. So some of those things are coming. But I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you for giving not just everything of yourself, but everything plus to your kids this year, and often wondered if you would have anything left for yourself. I don't know if teachers get told thank you enough, but you did it. You did it. You made it. We are now hitting that finish line. I'm there at the finish line, maybe probably running alongside you, but you know when they have a marathon come through and they break through the tape and everybody's cheering, that's me. And I bet that's all of you. We did it. And good things are on the horizon. Best of luck, my friends, today. And I wish you all the best in the fourth quarter. Ariel, back to you.
I'm going to shoot it straight to Josh, but thank you so much, Diane.
All right, so we are about to kick off our Ed Camp, and we are so excited for you to go on this journey with us. Now, there is a philosophy behind the Ed Camp model, and that's the rule of 2 feet. That's where if something isn't really meeting your needs, and that's okay, nobody's going to get offended if you leave the session. If it's not meeting your needs, go find something that will. There's 2 or 3 sessions every time. There's also the coffee shop. You can pop in, have a conversation, just say hi. There's also all the flip grids that you could go post a flip grid, respond. So there's a lot of ways to connect. Or maybe you just need a minute. You went to an amazing rock star session and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so much to process. I'm going to take a break for the next couple of minutes and just jot down all my thoughts and all my ideas. That's okay too. But use this opportunity and explore all the resources. Don't feel like you have to stay in a session just because you walked in and you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. It's fine. You can go explore. So that's what we're here for. And then I'm going to pass it on to Deb, I believe.
Hi, we would like to extend a special thank you to all the businesses supporting Ed Camp Johnson County, Kansas today and tomorrow. Businesses include Seesaw, Class Kick, Freckle, Right Reader, Book Creator, GimKit, Mace, Dave Burgess Publishing, Starfall, Microbit, and Breakout EDU. But wait, that's not all. We're also supported by Quick Trip, The Bean, Baker Creek Seeds, Andrews McNeil's Publishing, and eSpark Learning. Hang on though, just a few more. We have Gary Brooks, Stone Pillar Winery, ISTE, HMH Harcourt, Lily Ray Photography, Jessica Goyes, Leather Drops and Pearls Earrings, Marissa Carroll, and Josh Stock, author of Awesome Sauce. So lots of wonderful businesses supporting us this weekend. And then I'll hand it off to Julie to talk about those wonderful prizes.
Thanks, Deb. So yeah, all of those places have donated prizes for us to give away. So we have a lot of giveaways that are super exciting. I'm talking passes, Friday night passes to Stone Pillar Winery. We've got Quick Trip gift cards. We've got Manny Petty gift cards. We've got that free registration to Mace. We've got books galore. We've got all kinds of way cool stuff. We also have a few Amazon gift cards that will be given away from our opening session and our closing session. So you're here to learn amazing stuff and to collaborate and meet amazing people. And then we've got the prizes. The way you win the prizes is like this. Share what you're learning, share your takeaways, share that you've met some great people in these sessions and collaborated, and you have some presenters that are sharing these amazing things. So share all of that on social media. We've got Instagram, we've got Twitter. We'd like you to use the hashtag EdCamp, JocoKS, which is our hashtag that you will use, and then we will be picking people that way so we can see who is sharing and give out some of those amazing prizes. So again, that hashtag is EdCamp, JocoKS. One other thing I want to draw your attention to is we have EdCamp t-shirts for sale. So we will be sharing those that online store with you repeatedly this weekend. We'll drop it in the chat. It's at the top of the graphic for this weekend of all of the amazing sessions we have. Please don't miss out on that. Make sure you get your order in. Our store closes on Monday night, so you have until Monday night for those orders. Awesome, so excited to be here. I'm going to pass it off to Juliana.
Hi guys. So I'm here to talk to you about college classes. We are working together with MNU to give you the opportunity to earn college credits by attending EdCamp. I am going to, in order to do that, you do have to do the attendance form. So on the chat, I'm adding the attendance form, and I'm also adding, just a second. I'm going to give you a link to our website. Just a second. And you can find more information on how to register for these credits. So I'm going to give you some quick details. You can choose between half credit by attending 5 sessions or participating on 5 different Flipgrid sessions, or you can have a full credit by attending 12 sessions. You also have to do a STAR assignment. For more information, it's on the website that I just shared with you guys. For half credit is $45 plus $10 registration. Full credit is $90 plus $10 registration. Make sure you complete the attendance form if you decide to do the credit, because we have to show MNU that you did attend. Also, check with your district. Some districts do not allow you to use PD points and college credits for the same event. So make sure you have that set up with your district. And just as a reminder, at the end of the day, we're going to post a link that if you need a certificate to prove to your district in case you need PD points, like April mentioned earlier, we're going to share that on the grid. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us or ask questions on the coffee shop if you have any questions about the MNU credits. Thank you. And that's Emmy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Juliana. And thank you to everyone who has joined us this morning for our opening session. We are already off to a great start and so excited to have you all here. Before I close, I wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you to Jesse Clark, who was our 100th person to register for EdCamp. So congratulations, Jesse. We'll be sending you a prize list to pick from this morning. And then we also had a few Amazon gift cards that we wanted to share during this morning session. So congratulations to Jim Eckert, we will be messaging you to get you that Amazon gift card. So congratulations. And we are so thankful to have you here. And again, thank you for all of our donors. We appreciate our teacher leaders, our education experts, the speakers, the facilitators, the volunteers that we have here this morning are so wonderful. And we truly hope that you just have a great weekend learning by and with your fellow educators. And we have a little bit of time here at the end to go ahead and check out the grid, go on and grab a t-shirt, get some coffee, and just be ready for your first session here at 10 o'clock. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend and let us know if we can help you.
And this session is the coffee shop link. So if you want to hang around, you are more than welcome to stay. This session will be open all day.